Morning, everybody. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. And I'm Katie, and this is Saturday Solutions. This is a weekly card reading. I notice I need to move all this stuff up just a bit. This is a weekly card reading that we do every Saturday, looking for the solutions to help us get through these crazy, stressful current times. We do not talk about the issues. We only talk about the solutions here. So, let me tell you a little bit about today's reading. And first of all, I need to welcome you for being here. First off, what we're going to be doing today, this is a reading about considering what is your intentions. Some people would say your resolutions. I'm not calling it that. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions because I always break them. So, what's your intention for 2026? This is going to be a journey of freedom. And a journey, a journey of freedom to freedom. This year, it is numerically a 1 year, which is starting over, which can be kind of chaotic. But for things to start over, they have to come to a head. So, here we are looking for the solutions on how we can find our intentions in this journey of 2026 to freedom. You will see there's several cards here. I need to tell you what the decks are first of all. This one and this one is the Kyle Gray Angels and Ancestors deck. This one and this one, which no matter how much I raise that up, it keeps getting buried down here. Anyway, that one. Those are the Sacred Destiny by Denise Lynn Oracle deck. Then we have in the center, where did you go? I set this down. Oh, there they are. In the center, we have Getting into the Vortex, The Teachings of Abraham by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I'll tell you what all those positions mean. Here we have a reminder of how to stay in the present moment after we're all through with this in the center, the 5 in the center. That is the Present Moment Reminder deck by Eckhart Tolle. And then finally over here, our last card is a reminder. We don't hear from them often enough on how we're doing according to our animal companions and our therapy pets. We love them. They're just like our children. Sometimes they make us need to have therapy. Anyway, here we are. Let's get started. We can't find out what these cards all say if we don't do it, right? So, first card, let me tell you. This is the 4 directions. Okay? North, south, east, and west. I'm going to start a little bit backwards, but if you've been with me for a while, you know that my 4 directions readings always start with today, where we are right now. And that is in the west. That is the sunset position. Okay? This in the north is the mountain position. It can carry with it obstacles that you will need to figure out how to deal with, and that card will give you directions on how to do it. Down here, this card that keeps trying to hide from us, this is the south. These are delays, valleys, canyons, creeks, rivers, the things that you might need to cross that'll slow down your progress. as you go through the year and the journey of 2026. And then finally, over here, we have the promise of a new day with the sunrise. And in the center, we have the vortex with a message from Spirit. You can see that message right there, and it's kind of the message of the whole reading, so it's fine. You can see it if you can read sideways. So, shall we begin? Let's start out with, we're going to ask, what is our heart's deeper truth? Now, this is in the sunset position. This is the west. Let me see if I can fine tune that just a little better. There we go. So it doesn't like get all blurry when I move. There we go. We have the night. He's telling us right now, all we can do is just be brave and be honest. There's so much misinformation and lies floating around us. Your deepest heart truth. See the red rose back there? Our hearts are bleeding because of all of the strife and fighting going on. This knight wants peace. He's tired of the fight. He's willing to continue to fight till the death, if he's called to do so, as long as it is a cause he can get behind. So your deepest heart's truth is, your heart is calling you to be brave and be honest with yourself. You're going to have to make some decisions in 2026 that aren't going to be so comfortable. They're not going to feel so good. So he is telling us, get ready. The best way you can prepare, because we don't know what is going to happen. No one knows for sure. Sure, there's prophecies and everything, but no one really knows what's going to happen next. So the best way you can prepare for your heart's deeper truth is to be brave and to be honest with yourself. Excuse me while I get something to drink. That's really good. I love that. Ooh, next one is an obstacle. Right here. And it is asking, what is it that you're wishing to heal? And you get the animal garden. We want to be able to not have to second guess everything. And that is an obstacle, all this misinformation. That jaguar is whispering in the ear of that beautiful maiden. Stay the course. Do not pay attention to all of the animals. Listen to your guardian. Listen to your instincts, for they will always keep you on track. They will protect you like the grass protects the fawn when the mother is gone feeding. Also, to prevent it from being an obstacle, to help you get past the misinformation, look at the animals around you. What's important to them? Do you think they hear and know what's going on in the news? Do you think they hear and know anything other than my tummy needs filled, or I need to sleep and rest, or I need to hunt, or I need to scavenge? And in the instance of that little deer, do I need to find my mom? I need to stay quiet and still. You know, I'm looking at those great animals in the card. You've got that raven, and you've got the owl, and you've got the jaguar. But in her arms, you have that sweet, delicate innocence that reminds you that all of nature, like the butterfly wings and that little tiny, tiny deer, they are the bravest creatures because they have to trust. They can't defend themselves. They're more powerful because they trust completely that they will be safe. That's how you get past the obstacles that may be coming up for you. Next, let's see what delays we may have. Down here we get, this is a really good one. Kind of goes with this guy right here. What is your feather of truth? Ooh, yes, exactly, camera. Focus. You've come through and past the mountain in the background. That snow leopard is concerned because his spots show now. He could blend in with the shadows up in the high country, but out here where everything, the snow is smooth, he shows he needs to get where there's shade. So that is his focus, finding shade. His focus on finding shade is his kernel of truth. His feather of truth is his best way to hunt and be successful in feeding, he or she in feeding the family and himself and surviving. The best chance in doing that is in complete trust and focus on the prize at hand. Not each snowflake that falls, or how deep your feet are sinking in. Focus on the footprints of that prey you are after, so that you can cull the weakest out of the herd. So that you can see what you need to release. You have to focus. Now, this focus could really delay your progress. If you spend too much time focused on what you need to release without releasing it, just understand, yeah, it could take a lot of concentration and focus to find that truth that is so deep down inside you that you have to let go of all else that doesn't serve it. And once you know that, it won't matter if you show your spots. You can come down out of the mountains and not worry about any delays, because your truth is you are no longer worried about showing who you are. Let me get this feather put back in here. There we go. Showing who you are. You're no longer afraid of being your authentic self. The last card over here, before we get to the center, you notice they're kind of burying that card in the center. What is your deepest fear, worry, or doubt that we need to release or face? Ooh, can we see the card writing, please? So bright. There it is. Embracing your fears. Ah. Suppose that those are light bugs, lightning bugs, flying all around that beautiful egret. And you notice that egret's not all going crazy trying to eat all of them. Gonna get the ones that come closest to the beak. You know, like that bright, nice, bright one right there. See them all? He's got plenty. He knows there's plenty. They're all connected. It's all connected. They're even reflected up here in the sky. Embrace your fears, your doubts, and your worries. When you embrace them and look at them through the eyes and focus to remove any delays, that is when you will be freed. That is when you will be able to release, because you are in a state of total gratitude. When your food is so abundant around you here, but you don't even try to eat it unless you're hungry. Can you imagine that a kind of plenty? That comes with gratitude. That is our promise of a new day. But to do that, we must embrace and face so that we can release our fears, doubts, and worries. We have to rise above that. That is how you do that. When you embrace something, your energy and vibrations engulf it and lift it up. When you hug someone, what happens? Your energies combine. Your hearts begin to beat in sync. You don't realize that, do you? But that is what begins to happen. Embrace those fears. And here in the void, what does Abraham have to tell us about this journey? This journey of change. Journey of the unknown. Welcome the wisdom as it arises within the vastness of your heart. See all those connections? Some could say that's the field. It does exist. It's real. They've got scientific proof of the field. The quantum field, the divine matrix, the web of creation. All the same thing. And that is where you find harmony. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. So in your thought of something that's a worry, that you, oh, did I prepare for this? Or, oh, did I do this or that? Stop. By feeling, stop and start feeling for better thoughts. Stop those thoughts. This card is telling us, I'm going to read it to you. If we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we had resolved the negative situation or emotion. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with Source before proceeding. By feeding from the improved thoughts in time, and usually in a short time, you will find the harmony of your source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long list of right and wrong, but instead, we would feel for the emotion of alignment with Source. Okay. Let me try. I'm going to read it here. If we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with that action until we had resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with Source before proceeding. By feeling for improved thought in time, usually in a short time, you will feel the harmony of your source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long lists of right and wrong, but instead, we would feel for the emotion of alignment with Source. And it's showing how, see how those two eyes tick on the front? The pupils of those two eyes are perfectly in line with each other. And they aren't really in line with any one of these lines in the background. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. You can control your thoughts. You should control your thoughts. They are the most powerful thing in your focus and manifestation right here. We're talking about manifestation. Wow. This is interesting. This has been really good. 2026 looks like it's going to be a one where we're going to need to find time to go way deep inside. Going to be constantly asking what is our feather or kernel of truth, and then embracing the emotions that we feel so that we can move on and continue to focus on getting past the delays, get over the mountain of misinformation, and be brave and honest with ourselves. What does Mr. Eckhart Tolle have to tell us about being in the present moment? All perceiving, thinking, doing, and feeling happens in the present moment. But the now itself is not what happens. It is the space for what happens. The silent, timeless, incorruptible power behind all creation. It is the one with who you are. I would say that is the message of the whole reading. You in your silence and timeless, incorruptible power are behind all creation. You are manifesting what you have happening to you. So you are the one with changing your thinking and how you perceive things can change it. And as we change things in our own personal lives, in the process, we make things better for those around us. And it has that ripple effect all the way out into this web. What do our furry, feathered, and our critter companions have to tell us? Look, we got them here. We got them here. They're big time in the reading. An owl. Your struggle is not an indication of failure. Yes, I heard that. Your struggle is an indication that you need to change something in your process. If it's not coming to the desired result that you are trying to achieve, maybe you need to reevaluate the process you are using to get there. It's that simple. So I think we're going to be doing a lot of that in 2026. Wow, really good reading. Bring your awareness of your silent witness and your thread to oneness. This is the truth of who we are. Bring your thread of silence and quiet oneness with you into every interaction, especially right now. We can do this all together, as long as we reach out to each other for support and love. It's not that hard to grab somebody by the hand when they say, be there. Because together, we will thrive. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye now.